Collective. Welcome to Intuitive Goddess Tarot 911. I'm Jenny. Welcome in or welcome back. And, I haven't been saying it, but I should. So, all these readings are timeless. And if it resonates, great. But if it doesn't, then just let it go. I mean, parts of the reading could resonate, so you should watch just to see. But, if you're not feeling it, then just let it go. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing amazing. I thought we'd do an energy reading. I just did a really weird one. Sorry. Very strange. I have no idea what I'm even gonna call it. So we'll see how that goes. But all right. So what does the collective need to know about what the focus of this reading is going to be? This is the Foila deck. What does the collective need to know? Reflection. Reflection reveals who you are. Okay. And then what's the challenge? Travel, pack and go. Okay. What's the hidden blessing? Alignment. You can do hard things. Okay. All right. So let's use this shaman deck. So what about this reflection is who you are? What about that? What about the reflection is who you are? Spirit. Relax the hold of darkness and beat cause. Okay. So if you're going through a dark night of the soul, I would say time to come up to the light. Dark night of the souls are beneficial because they help you to look at all those little parts of yourself that need to be inspected, but also need to be forgiven. So keep that in mind. And then pack and go. What's that about? Is that literal? Go beyond the normal. Okay, so what about that, Spirit? Pandora's gift. We had this a couple of times ago. Yeah, so maybe you leaving a situation is going to benefit you. What about you can do hard things? Alignment. Faith in the process. Okay. So trusting in the universe, I always say that's very important because we're all here for a specific purpose. Every person you meet on your path, you are meant to meet. Even if they don't stay in your life, you are meant to have some sort of impact on that person. So maybe it's time for you to leave a situation. We'll see. We'll get more. What about this? Relax the hold of darkness and beat cause. Maybe you're being hard on yourself. Be true to your heart. Okay. So maybe you're not doing something that you feel intuitively is for your highest alignment. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't usually talk that way, but the alignment card is over there. All right. And then what about going beyond the normal, Pandora's gift, and pack up and go? What about that? Be spontaneous. Okay. And then what about faith in the process? What about faith in the process and alignment? What about that, Spirit? New experiences and possibilities. Wow, this card is beautiful. Okay. Okay. So I feel like you focusing on the darkness is not the answer. You could be choosing something that you don't really want. I don't know how else to put that. You could be choosing something that doesn't align with you. And there's a gift when you leave whatever this is behind. But you have to have faith in the process, because sometimes the process is really difficult, right? Okay. I'm being called to pull from another deck. Let's use the hold on. Let's use the Sacred Earth Oracle. So before we hop into tarot, what else do I need to know about this situation that can be left behind? What about this? Efficiency. What about efficiency? Productivity. I feel like you're meant to do something. We're all meant to do something, right? But maybe whatever this is that you're choosing on your path isn't aligning with you. What about be spontaneous? What about that? With going beyond the normal, pick up and go, Pandora's gift. Fragments. This comes out a lot. What about fragments? I'm not a good shuffler, but I think I'm okay. What about fragments? Influence. So maybe you've chose something because you were influenced by others. What about this faith in the process, this alignment, and new experiences and possibilities? Moderation. Okay, we like that. What about moderation? Listen. There's something that you're not listening to. What about that? Potential. Your own potential. You're not listening to your own potential. You're not feeling your own worth in something. You're not recognizing what a fucking badass you are. All right, let's keep going. Let's use the tarot deck here. So, what is the collective not? Let's ask what you're not leaving behind. Does that make sense? Wait. Let's ask about the darkness. What about the darkness? What do we need to know about the darkness? What about the darkness, Spirit? Because darkness can be productive. What about the darkness? Five of Cups. So when you were in your darkness, you could have been isolated and alone, sad. Four of Swords. You retreated from something and sought sanctuary. Okay. So what does that have to do with the darkness? Three of Coins. I feel like there were situations where you had to ask for help, which was okay. Okay. So what about this? What is the collective supposed to leave behind? What are they supposed to leave behind? I don't know how to ask this. What are they supposed to be leaving behind? That's not an answer. That just means you, Two of Wands, you have a choice. What about the Two of Wands? Ace of Swords. Something is going to become clear to you. This is kind of what came out in the last reading. It's very similar. What is going to become clear to the collective, Spirit? Two of Cups in reverse. That someone is not your soulmate. What about the Two of Cups in reverse? Five of Swords. This person was a bully. This could have been the influence that fragmented you. What about faith in the process, the collective's potential, and the alignment? What about that? Knight of Swords. So you've been fearless and brave through this whole process. What about that? King of Swords. A match. So the swords are truth. So there's some truth that's coming out. But the fact that there's the king and the knight. What about the Knight of Swords, Spirit? What about the Knight of Swords? Seven of Wands. Someone came for you. Someone came for you that took you off your path. What about this? What about the Seven of Wands? Four of Cups. I feel like you were very fatigued, very tired from the situation. So why is this coming out today, Spirit? What do we need to know about why this is coming out today? Why is this coming out today? Because the Four of Wands. What about the Four of Wands? Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is choices. It's also illusions. So we're going to clarify. What about the Seven of Cups? What about the Seven of Cups? Ace of Wands. You're going to have a choice. There's potential in something, a creation, a passion, but a relationship was holding you back. What about the Four of Wands? Six of Coins. You're going to get something equal. Okay. What about that? Queen of Cups. Okay. What about the Queen of Cups? The Lovers. So you are going to get, after having a relationship that was not equal, that left you feeling alone and fragmented, you are going to get a relationship that is equal give and take. Okay, so what else can we know about this, Spirit? King of Cups. What about the King of Cups? Page of Coins. So this person, this King of Cups, is going to be someone who's very reliable and grounded and caring and kind and everything you need. And don't get hung up on energy. I know I don't say that often enough, but king doesn't mean king. It just means that it's masculine energy. What else, Spirit? This seems pretty straightforward now. The Tower. Okay, it just went from straightforward to the Tower. What about the Tower? What about the Tower? Nine of Cups. So I feel like this past relationship, this one that wasn't, and I don't want to say benefiting you because that's a shitty way of putting it, but the relationship that was hurting you, it was fragmenting you. You weren't seeing your potential. I feel like you didn't see who you were when you looked in the mirror. And packing up and leaving this relationship is going to give you the Nine of Cups. So, what else about that? Like we need anything else? Knight of Cups. What about the Knight of Cups? Queen of Coins in reverse. So you were dealing with the opposite. You were dealing with someone who was not nurturing. This was a lover. What about that? The Chariot. What about the Chariot? The Mentor. So you're seeing this in a whole different way. Ten of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. So whatever this is, it's great. I mean, I feel like this past relationship had to end so that you could get here. But this is very positive. So let me know if this resonates. The readings tonight have been very interesting and I have no fucking idea what I'm going to name them. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and letting me, intuitively read the cards for you. It's just such a joy. Happy Thursday, and I will see you guys again this weekend. Again, I can't thank you enough. So take care of yourselves, okay? Bye.